everyone, and welcome back. I hope you all had a good October. So if you remember that with these classes, we are going to be talking a lot about being healthy and what it means to eat healthy and keep your body healthy. This month, we are going to be talking about a group of food called vegetables. So who can maybe raise their hand and take a guess as to what type of foods vegetables are? So those are some good guesses. Vegetables are kind of tricky to categorize. They are foods that grow from plants, and unlike fruits, they don't have seeds. So anytime you're seeing a vegetable plant, know that the part that you eat does not contain seeds. Actually, vegetable plants are pretty cool because you eat different parts of the plant depending on what type of vegetable it is. So for an example, carrots and potatoes are actually the roots of the vegetable plant, whereas lettuce and cabbage are more of like the leaves of the vegetable plant. And then you have other veggies like your cucumbers, your tomatoes, and your zucchinis, your squashes, your pumpkins. Those are all the fruit of the plant. And unlike fruits, veggies tend to be less sweet. And so that's another way you can kind of determine what's on your plate, whether it's a fruit or a veggie. If A, it has seeds, B, how sweet it is, or C, you can ask a grown-up what part of the plant it came from when it was grown. And so veggies are actually really, really important for our bodies to eat. And so that's why we're going to spend some time today talking about those. Who knows where vegetables come from? Where can you maybe buy vegetables? All right, so here's a list of places that you can get vegetables, and I'm guessing that maybe some of you have raised your hand or shouted those out already. But one place you can get veggies is right at the grocery store. That's where most people get their vegetables and a lot of their food. That's a really good place to buy our veggies. We can also get veggies from gardens that we grow ourselves. And not right now. This time of year, it's starting to get a little too cold for our gardens. So we will have to rely on maybe some grocery stores. Or you could go with a different option, and you can actually buy them from farmers or places like a farmer's market. And that is where farmers grow their vegetables and they sell them directly to people who want to buy them. So lots of different places that we can buy our veggies. With farmers, when you're buying them from farmers, it's really cool that we live here in Maine because Maine has a really good growing season. We have really good soil and dirt for veggies to grow in. And so we do have a lot of farmers here in our state. And actually some of the biggest farms here in Maine, they like to grow veggies like potatoes, broccoli, and green beans. Those are three main veggies that our Maine farmers like to grow because they do so well here in Maine. So now that we know where we can find veggies, right? Grocery store, we can grow them ourselves in our garden, or we can buy them from a farmer. Why do you think it is important for us to eat veggies? What are some reasons? One of the reasons is that veggies contain things called vitamins, minerals, and fiber. And all three of those things are actually really, really good for our bodies, and they help us stay healthy and not get sick. They help certain body parts of ours stay healthy. So if you've ever heard that carrots are good for your eyes, that's because carrots have vitamins that help your eyes stay healthy. And they help us stay strong and give us energy. So we want to eat our lots of different veggies for those vitamins, minerals, and fiber. Another good thing about veggies is that they are low in salt and fat. And you may not be familiar with those terms, but those are things that are just not so good for us to eat a lot of. And so we do want to try to eat lots of fruits and veggies because they don't have a whole lot of those things that are bad for you. And a good thing, again, about us living here in Maine is that we do have a lot of farmers. We can buy them really, really close to home. And that's awesome because fruits and veggies always taste a lot better when they're grown close to home. So if you have your own garden or you have a friend down the road who has a garden, those veggies tend to taste a lot better than ones that may be grown in other states and then brought to us from the grocery stores. Because these veggies are so important, we talk about trying to make half of your plate a fruit or vegetable every meal. So at lunchtime and at dinner time, if you're looking at your plate of food, you should see at least half of that plate being taken up by a veggie, whether it's your corn on the cob, whether it's your mashed potatoes or your green beans. We should have a lot of those on our plate because they are so important. And veggies come in a lot of different forms. You can actually buy them, again, right from the farmer market, right from the grocery store when they're fresh or raw, as we like to call them. You can buy them when they've been frozen, or you can buy them when they've been put in cans. And all of these options are really good for us, and they let us eat our veggies in different ways. So you can try them in salads or in soups. You can grill some veggies, which is really good. Lots of different ways. Even eating them raw when they're uncooked, they tend to be pretty crunchy. A lot of folks like to use veggies with dip. All different ways for us to get our veggies throughout the day. And then the last really important thing about our vegetables is that we should be eating not only a lot of them, but we should be eating a lot of different colors. So who remembers the vegetable that you tried for snack in our last class? Peppers, right? Yeah, nice. And who remembers, were those peppers all the same color or were they different colors? Yeah, different colors. So some had green peppers, some had red peppers, some had orange or yellow. There's lots of different colored peppers. And that's true for all of our vegetables. So let me ask, do you think there is a vegetable for every color of the rainbow? Believe it or not, there is a vegetable for every color of the rainbow. And so I just want to give you a couple examples before we move on. And remember that these different vegetables, these different colored vegetables, have different things that are good for your body. So that's why it's important for us to eat those colors of the rainbow. And so if you think about a red vegetable, some of you may say things like beets or red peppers that you tried last time, radishes. Tomatoes are a red vegetable, but there are lots and lots of different ones. Like, have you ever tried red lettuce before or red cabbage? Lots of different red. How about orange vegetables? So orange veggies, you can buy things like carrots. Again, our peppers are a lot of our peppers are orange. Sweet potatoes. And even some different ones are things like yams or different types of squashes. Our pumpkins, just like my little guy behind me here, those are orange vegetable. And so for our yellow veggies, what do you think? We have corn on the cob, right? We have some of our squashes, again, can be yellow. Have you ever seen yellow green beans before? So there are yellow green beans. A lot of people call them wax beans, and they're actually one of my favorite veggies to eat raw while they're still crunchy and uncooked. And then we start talking about green veggies, and a lot of different green veggies here, but I want to talk about some ones maybe that you haven't tried before. So how about asparagus? Who's tried asparagus before? That is a green vegetable, kind of looks like broccoli, but it doesn't have the big tree top on it. So that's one green veggies. Broccoli is another. Spinach, zucchini, again, kind of looks like a squash, but it's green. We have celery, lettuce, cabbage, a lot of different green veggies. Green onions or scallions, those are a really green vegetable. And then purple. So purple is another color of the rainbow, and has some pretty cool veggies in that color group. Purple peppers. I've never tried a purple pepper before, but I have seen them. So if you see those at the store, don't be afraid to try a purple pepper. Eggplants. You can get cabbage that's purple. See if you can come up with some different purple vegetables. And how about blue? So blue is tricky because there are a lot of different blue fruits, but there really aren't a lot of different blue veggies. And really the only one I can think of is a blue potato. And you can see this blue potato right here. Looks pretty weird, right? Yeah, so I haven't tried these blue potatoes before, but maybe ask your parents or your teachers or your friends, see if they've tried them and see if they taste any different than our regular potatoes. Which brings us to our last color of the rainbow, being white. And so a few different white veggies to go along with this color group is our regular potatoes. Most of the potatoes that you buy at the store are white on the inside. Sometimes they are red on the outside, brown on the outside. They may look a little bit yellow on the outside. But when you cut them open, they're all typically a white, shade of white. You could also have cauliflower. If you've tried cauliflower before, it looks just like a white piece of broccoli. It's really tasty. Turnips are white, and things like alfalfa and bean sprouts, which are more like a lettuce, I would say, than something like a tomato or a cucumber. But very, very good for you, and they're very yummy in salads and on sandwiches. So there you have it. All kinds of different color veggies, and they're all good for us in different ways. And so it's really important for us to try to remember to have lots of different colored veggies. It's important for us to try them in different ways, like in soups or salads or on the grill. And it's important to buy them close to home when we can. So try looking at, when you're next time you're at a grocery store, see if you can find where those veggies come from.